Well, good afternoon folks, and welcome to another review video. My name's Lee, your virtual airline pilot's back with you again. We're looking at another quite stunning scenery actually. We are in Norway, and this is Oslo Gardermoen International Airport, Echo November Golf Mike. This is a payware scenery available at ORBX, developed by developer Finn Hansen, a member of the ORBX team, and we're looking at version 1.01 for the PC version of Flight Sim 2020. Again, no mention of the availability for Xbox. Download is 3.38 gigs, just under 3.4 gigs, and it installs at 6.34 gigabytes. Currently it's only available from the ORBX stable, from the ORBX website. I'll give you the prices. They're converted from the Australian dollar, which is $35.99 Australian, which equates to roughly €21.95, or $23.95 US, or £19.27 UK. As I said, Euro, US and UK prices are estimates converted from the Australian dollar, and they do include tax and VAT, which may of course vary depending on the country you're in when you make your purchase. This is a stunning airport. As ever, the sort of quality that you get from ORBX never really fails to impress. There's lots to like about this, and there's a few things as well which kind of surprised me a little bit, and we'll go into that later. Okay, let's have a look at the features. So, custom updated photo reel ground, textures of 4K PBR. You've got interior modelling, and that's pretty stunning actually. You've got 3 different types of animated jetways to match the real world, and the jetways do work. I'll show you the jetway test shortly. You have a fully functioning VGDS, or vertical docking guidance system, for all appropriate gates, and it does require the plug-in. Animated traffic, pushback buses, service vehicles, etc. Custom GSE to match the real world. Not sure what GSE is. Ground service equipment, that's probably. And it says optimized from day one for excellent performance. The groundwork was done by a chap called Jakub Lukaszewski, but the scenery was developed by Finn Hansen, one of their developers at ORBX. There's quite a lot to like about this airport, and quite a lot of animations. There's also a couple of surprise animations I expected that don't really work, but we'll talk about that shortly. So let's talk about some history. So, Oslo Gardermoen Airport, Echo November Golf Mike, also simply referred to as Gardermoen, is a public use international airport owned by the Norwegian Ministry of State and operated by the state-owned company Avinor. The airport serves Oslo, the capital and most populous city in Norway. A hub for Norse Atlantic Airways, Norwegian Air Shuttle, Scandinavian Airlines and Wildero, it connects to over 26 domestic and 158 international destinations. The airport is located 22 miles or 35 kilometers northeast of the city at Gardermoen, at the border of the Nansted and Ullensaker municipalities in Viken County. The airport is connected to the city centre by the Gardermoen line, a high-speed railway served by mainline trains, and FLIGHTDECK, a fast airport express train service. The percentage of passengers using public transport to get to and from the airport is one of the highest in the world, at nearly 70%. The ground facilities are owned by Oslo Lufthavn AS, a subsidiary of Avinor. The Royal Norwegian Air Force also share the airport and its facilities at Gardermoen Air Station, which is located on the field. An expansion with a new terminal building and a third pier opened in late April 2017. The airport location was first used by the Norwegian Army from 1940, with the first military airport facilities being built during the 1940s. The airport remained a secondary reserve and airport for all chartered flights to Oslo Fornebu Airport until October 1998, when that airport closed and the all-new Oslo Airport opened at Gardermoen, costing over 11.4 billion Norwegian kroner, or just over $1 billion US. Oslo is additionally served by much smaller Sandefjord Airport in Torp in Sandefjord, which is situated 74 miles or 119 kilometers to the south of downtown Oslo and primarily used by leisure and low-cost carriers. Construction of the new main airport started on 13th of August 1994. Gardermoen officially opened on the 8th of October 1998. The airlines needed to build their own facilities at Gardermoen. SAS built a complex with 55,000 square meters or 590,000 square feet, including a technical base, cabin storage, garages and cargo terminals. The cargo handling facility is 230,000 square feet or 21,000 square meters and was built in cooperation with Posten Norge. SAS also built 2 lounges in the passenger terminal. Parliament decided to build a high-speed airport rail link from Oslo to Gardermoen. The 40-mile or 64 kilometers Gardermoen line connects Oslo Central Station to Gardermoen and onwards to Eidsvoll. About half the operator's license income is from retail revenue. Gardermoen has had considerable problems with fog and freezing rain and has several times had a complete close down. But this was also a problem at Fornebu and reported to be also at Harum as well. On average, there is supercooled rain 3 times per month during the winter. Gardermoen has direct connections to just over 160 destinations, and over 40 airlines operate into and out of Gardermoen, and some 7 or so cargo carriers too. So you can see this is quite an important airport, essentially a brand new airport that was built not that long ago. And of course during the winter months you guys are going to have fun and games getting in here. But I will say right off the bat, as we come to look at runways next, every runway here is category 3B certified ILS equipped, so it's going to make life a little bit easier. So there you go, it's quite an impressive place, and to be honest, I've had a brief look around this scenery. It is really detailed in the central area. It fits nicely into the default terrain. It's been modelled beautifully, which is the sort of thing you'd expect from ORBX developers, and I'm happy to say that they don't disappoint. So let's get down and lower the light and have a look at runways. So runways, so I've lowered the light. It's late April, it's 8:15 in the evening. Here we are in the north, and as you can see the sun tends to stay up a little bit more during the sort of early spring time here as you go this far north. So Gardermoen operates 2 main runways, 01 left and 19 right, and 01 right, 19 left. We're looking down the throat of 01 left at the moment. 01 left and 19 right measures 11,811 feet or 3,600 meters and is made from an asphalt concrete mix. Runway 01 right, 19 left on the other side is the shorter of the two, measuring just 9,678 feet or 2,950 meters, and is also made from the same asphalt concrete mix. The airport lies at an elevation of 682 feet or 208 meters and resides in the GMT UTC plus 2 hours time zone. However, like much of Europe, Norway operates daylight saving time or DST, and so currently the country is 1 hour ahead of the UK. All 4 runway ends feature high-intensity airfield lighting system, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting and precision approach path indicators on the runway left side. Additionally, all 4 runways feature an instrument landing system certified to Category 3B low visibility operations, several RNP approach options and a VOR approach option. There's also a visual approach option which is strictly regulated for noise abatement purposes. You should note that between 22:30 and 06:30 local time, a preferential runway system is in operation, so you guys need to consult the charts. So here we are looking at the throat of 01 left, and you can see you have the full approach lighting system here as per the charts. Here's the high intensity lighting, touchdown zone marking lighting, you can just see there's the centerline lighting, and the PAPIs on the left. Let's have a quick look at 01 right. So here we're looking down the throat of 01 right on the other side, and again you can see exactly the same lighting system. We've got the full approach lighting system, PAPIs on the left here, centerline lighting, touchdown zone lighting. Let's go have a look at the other end of this runway, runway 19 left. So here we are looking down the throat of runway 19 left, looking southwards. Again you can see the full stuff here, you've got everything just as it appears on the charts. It's really no problem with it at all. Quick look at runway 19 right, and I also want to lower the lighting still further to see if any of the ground lighting comes up. So once again, here we are, runway 19 right has got everything, centerline lighting, touchdown zone, PAPIs on the left, just as all per the other runways and as per the charts. Let's get a little closer to the threshold, drop the lighting down a little bit more and see what we can see as well. Okay, so here we are a little bit closer to runway 19 right. It's 9:15 in the evening, the light is a lot lower, and here you can see a close-up look at the runway. We've got the full approach lighting system, touchdown zone lights here, centerline lighting, and here you can see wigwags. I'm not sure if they move, we'll have a look later. And of course you can also see green centerline lighting and blue airfield edge lighting, so they've got pretty much everything you need on all 4 runways. So that about does it for runways. Let's get down to the jetways and do the jetway test. Okay folks, as ever, jetway test. Here we are on stand 26 with the Airbus A320. Let's see if the jetway moves. And indeed it does, and the door opens too. That's really nice actually. It's a nice, easy, slow, steady movement, and you can even hear the sound of the jetway. Let's see what sort of a connection it makes. That was great. That looked to be a pretty decent connection, apart from the fact that at the last minute the curtain went through the skin a bit. Nevertheless, it looks pretty good. Let's have a look from the other side. I mean, that is pretty decent. It's not bad at all. Let's have a look inside. So there's a look from back up the jetway towards the aircraft door, which looks really good. Now let's go close up. As you can see, it fits. Okay, there's a gap here, but then that's okay because that's where the door is. And here, as you can see, it's gone through the skin a bit. But this, to be honest, this is one of the best connections I've seen. The aircraft is the Phoenix A320, by the way, not the Asobo or fly-by-wire. Yeah, and the jetway's connected and found it pretty well. And there you can see the jetway operator's position with the appropriate controls. Little bit of a gap here, but like I said, you know, these things aren't perfect, but it's good enough. And there we are looking back up the jetway, which is completely clear. The glass is excellent, gives the right effect, and there in the distance you can see the departures and arrivals board thing there. It's really impressive. So let's do the disconnect. So there you go, that's pretty impressive, apart from the fact that the door closed right to the side of it. But again, that's, you know, it's never really perfect, but that's still one of the best JETWAY connections I've seen. Really impressed with that. So there you go, that's the JETWAYs tested. Let's get to the main tour and have a look at this airport proper. Okay, so we finished the runway section by looking at runway 19 right close up, and here you saw here you can see we're still at that same position. Let's just do a quick low pass over the airport itself, and you can have a look at the detail and see what it's done, and then we'll look close up at some of the features. So just trying to slow this down. There you can see the train tunnel and the road tunnel there that goes underneath the apron. Unfortunately it's blocked, but we'll talk about that later. Here you can see the airport itself. It looks really good. Modelling is of a really high standard and the texturing is everywhere. Here's the SAS hangar down there. Here we're coming across to runway 01 right, and you can see the ground markings are excellent. You've got balancing ponds there to the left hand side. It all looks really impressive, and I love the way it fits into the train. They've done some exceptional modelling here. So here we are again, coming back towards the central area. Some really nice modelling. A little bit of juddering here. Let me stop and try this again. There's the train station below us. There's the control tower, which is also fully modelled. And here you can see the ramp area. Looks great. It looks really good. There, you just to the right, you can see an animated train's just gone under the tunnel there. There's the tunnel below us. What I'll do is I'll come out this far here and see if we can catch a train coming out. I don't think we get trains coming out. I think there are trains going in. But as you can see, the train station railway extended right out. There goes the train. There goes the train now. There you can see a tunnel ahead of us. That's quite a nice train animation. So there are the two tunnels. On the left is the road tunnel and on the right is the train tunnel, but as you can see they are both actually blocked. We'll just see if we can wait for a train. There it goes, and as you can see it goes into the blockage. So that's a little bit of a disappointment. I think if you're going to animate the train and do it like that and produce the amount of detail and texturing you've got, I think it would be nice to not only to animate the train going in, but also to animate it coming out, and maybe develop this a bit so you can actually see the inside of the tunnel. Let's have a look at the train station end. And there, by the way, is the exit to the road tunnel. And there's the view of the train station seen from this end. And again, the detailing is beautiful. The modelling is great. The foliage has been done right, doesn't overlap the tracks, looks really good. So a quick look at the station from the outside. Again, beautifully modelled, lovely texturing. However, the train that you're looking at is a static. It doesn't move, it doesn't go forward or backwards or anything. It's just a static. And there's a look up close. It's not bad at all. It's quite a nice model. Again, very nicely done. But as I said, it's a static train. It doesn't move. So there's a look at the station. Beautifully textured. It looks good. You've even got the clocks there. And the lighting is really nice. Some very nice clear signage, beautifully done. And again here you've got train station signage that's put up that is really clear, even up close. It just looks really good. And here we are looking at the station entrance and exit, and as I said, nothing comes through there. It's blocked anyway, as it is at the other end. It would have been nice to see it open and maybe develop slightly. It also would have been nice to see the train animation continue into the station. However, that has not been done, and the other thing that's noticeable about the station here is the lack of people. You know, it's just, I find it surprising. If you're going to go to the lengths that the developer did to develop the station or develop the scenery to such a rather wonderful amount of detail that's been done in the way this has, they've not populated it with any people. You know, 1 or 2 people around, train guards or station guards, would have really made this. And like I said, a full train animation with a train coming into this side of the station also would I think really have made this little thing. Okay, there are obviously people shouting at me that just saying, look, I'm a pilot, I'm flying into the airport, not interested in all of this. You know, I get that. Please understand, I get that completely. But we're looking at a simulator that has some wonderful capabilities. Even the sounds can be simulated. The birds in the air, the vehicles, people chatting inside the terminal that was in one of the sceneries I recently looked at. The simulator is capable of so much in terms of realism. And some developers take that to the full and others completely miss the boat. And I just think, you know, this is such a good scenery. ORBX and the developers are known for quality work, and they just haven't quite made that final leap to the end of it in this example. However, that's just my opinion. There you go. It's still a wonderful piece of modelling work, and it's great. No other complaints about that. So while we're here, let's look at the control tower and a general look across the airport here. One of the things I do really like about this scenery is the way the foliage has been modelled. And yes, it has been adapted and modelled here. As you can see, none of the trees cross the roads. They all sit, even the car parks aren't interfered with by bushes. It's really nicely done. There's the control tower, accurately modelled. There is internal development, and you can see you've got the light on the top. Let's just have a close look. So a quick close look from this side. As you can see, you've got internal development and people, which is really, really nice. So there's a view inside. You can see the control tower and the controllers at their posts, complete with array of various computer screens. Just a little close-up look, looking outside the terminal there. And a quick look at the other direction there. It all looks really, really nice. So a quick look at some of the aircraft stands and the apron areas, which is what you guys as pilots will be interested in. Again, you've got nothing but brilliant detail here. Texturing on the buildings here. Absolutely wonderful modelling. The airside lounges do have a beautiful development as well as passengers, which is great. And one of the things that again sort of stopped me in my tracks, they've developed landside beautifully as well, but there are no people. The only people or passengers are in the airside parts. Let's have a quick look from the flight deck while we're here. So just before I show you the full view, if you look up to the left, there you've got the visual guidance docking system. It's showing 1017 Zulu, and down here on the aircraft clock 1017 Zulu as well. So the visual docking guidance system works, and it's pretty accurate. There's the full view from the flight deck. There's a view from the captain's side. There you can see the jetway with the glass beautifully modelled and the stairwell. Here you can see the terminal, got a few passengers sitting there. And there you are looking outside through the first officer's window. and just some of the bits and pieces around the stands. Really, really nice. Okay, quick tour around the airside apron. Here you can see the ground markings and the stand signs. I mean, you've got everything you need out here. And again, the modelling is really good. The way it's been developed to actually sit in with the airport environment itself is really, really nice. Plenty of signage, all accurate as indeed it should be. Very nice indeed. Signs are placed in the correct positions too, so you won't actually sort of run over them, which is good. And as you can see, the airport itself has been really, really nicely modelled and textured, particularly with regard to the foliage. The trees all in the right place. Here's the train and road tunnel again. It's been so nicely done. It's such a pity that it's not been open as such in terms of modelling. So we head back towards the central area, looking at this side. As you can see, no stone has been left unturned, as it were. And you've got different types of gates there as well. Here you've got the mobile gates. There's one there. And they also work quite well too. Everywhere you look, beautiful detail. It's really, really nice. It's exceptional. It's typical of what you would expect from ORBX developers. Done a grand job. Here you've got some snow clearing equipment. Very nice indeed. A couple of petrol stations down there. Here's the SAS hangar here with a couple of static aircraft. 737-800s by the look of it. Again, nice models. They sit there properly, they're not sunk into the ground. Very nice. So as we head back towards the central area, here you can see some of the hotels, car parks. There's car parks all over the place. Never realised they had so many car parks. Radisson Hotel there to the right with parallaxing on the windows. There's a big car park below us. The car parks are really well done. Again, the trees don't impinge at all. It's very nice modelling. There's the train station. And here's the other Radisson Hotel. And everywhere you look, the road modelling is brilliant. Okay, so a couple of shots landside. Here you can see the detailing on the roads that I've talked about. Everything's 3D modelled and PBR textured. Which you know, could give some developers a run for their money when they sometimes rely on just low-res photo real for this. This has been nicely done. The bus is beautifully detailed there. And again, the other thing I like in general, the vehicles are on, those that are moving there, as you can see, are on the right, so correct side of the road. But here, for example, just amazing detail. This bus close up is really nicely done. Everything right down to the registration. It's very impressive. And there you've got a fueling vehicle, complete with driver. Again, really nicely detailed, even down to the slight damage he's got here, look. So just a little run partly down the landside lower level. Passenger buses, again beautifully detailed, high resolution. Look to the left, you can see the entrances and the exits. The doors don't revolve, however, unfortunately, but not a problem. But as you can see, the roadway markings have all been done beautifully. But the only problem is I don't see any people. Would have been nice to see the odd couple of people sitting here. But as you can see, very nicely done, detailed. You know, when they've gone to this amount of detail, you'd have thought that it would have been nice to have a few people sitting around somewhere. Don't have to be animated, just even a few static people. But it all looks really good, everything down to the signage there. Couple of taxis. Let's just go to the right side now. And again, the same attention to detail. Signage here and here. Advertising hoardings can be seen. It all looks great. So let's look at the upper level, the LANDSIDE. As you can see, this is beautiful. Signage is really good and clear. There you can see inside the terminal. And you've got a couple of buses and things up here. Again, no people unfortunately, which would have really sort of just made this and added to it quite nicely. But again, you see wonderful entrances, everything down to the railing. Some nice car models. Really good quality car models as well, I have to say. Visually it's stunning. It's very, very good. It's typical quality we expect from the guys at ORBX. You look at the building structure here, this has been wonderfully done. Again, with the texturing, it's just, you know, out of this world. And this goes on, as you can see further on, it's great. Let's dip into the terminal now. So as you can see, the modelling here is really good too. And the detail is amazing here. Everything, check-in desks, electronic check-in, the whole lot. However, it's devoid of people. No people at all. You've got elevators there and you've got escalators for people to walk up. Beautiful internal modelling here in terms of the floor and the ceiling. Just stunning. It really is wonderful. But in my considered opinion, the whole thing is just let down completely by a lack of people. There are no people, no check-in agents, no people sat down, no people walking or even static. None of those at all. In complete contrast, I might say, to the airside lounges, which we'll look at in a minute. If you look up to the left and also over here, you've got parallaxing, which gives you the effect that something's going on inside those areas or buildings there. But it looks really good. Now let's just go airside through the security check. So there you've got the little sort of ticket machines. You put your ticket up there and the equipment reads it and it lets you in. And here you've got the X-ray equipment, or basically the modelling, which stands for X-ray equipment. There's no X-rays, there's no people, so it's just been basically modelled. Again, I have no problem with that, it's fine. So here we're going through to the airside atrium. Speed up a little bit. Again, you've got the same attention to detail in terms of modelling. It's very, very good. Go up to their signboard really close and you can still read it. I mean, it's great. Some lovely detail here, a couple of shops and various stands. It's beautifully modelled. Again, it's wonderfully detailed. But the people are missing where they should be. It's only when you get to the piers. Here, look, we start to see some people. And again, this is well done, beautifully carpeted. Some lovely modelling here. So here you've got some people, various types of people sitting down. Check-in agent there, airline agent at the gate. It's really nicely modelled. Great attention to detail. You know, no complaints at all. It's really, really nice here. Excellent. So a quick look down the other pier. Again, you can see some people sitting outside the gates. Some great signage, just some great modelling. And some of these signs on the left and right there, they actually change as well. Just stop for a minute, see if we can there, look, see you've got the signage. That's a first. I think don't think I've seen that in the scenery before, so that's really good. But as you can see, everything down to the green emergency exit signs, beautifully modelled. Very nice indeed. Just pop outside again to the airside ramp. There you can see some SAS vehicles. I particularly like the gate modelling outside, it's great. And again, you've got various vehicles that are unique to this sort of place. Okay, so let's turn the light down now to dusk and have a look at the lighting. Okay, 8:30 local time. This is the 12th of April 2023, and the sun has pretty much about set, and this is, I've got to the point where sort of like the basic lighting comes up, and as you can see, it looks really very nice. It's very subtly done. Everything here down to the road lighting. No Asobo globes that I can see floating. The parallaxing here on the hotel works really nice. And here you've got the stands and the green centerline lighting. Everything you need looks really good here. So let's start with a slow pass from this area at low level. Have a look at the lighting generally as we pass over it. As you can see, the roads and the building lightings, particularly on the hotel there, looks good. Let's go over the landside area first. Now we can see the development inside the terminal. It really does look good. Just go up over the roof towards the airside. Well, the roof lighting looks great, doesn't it? So now we come down and do an airside tour part of the ramp. There's one of the big stands there that moves all the way, and here you've got the others. Ramp lighting looks great. You're not going to be any problems at all parking here, and with the aid of the green centerline lighting it should be fine. So lighting's good. There's the road tunnel, and here you've even got lights going down towards the tunnel. Would have been so nice to see that open up. So you've got two levels there, upper and lower. Here we are going in through the upper level. Try and slow this down a bit. Very nice lighting internally. Very soft and subtle. It works really well. It's not overdone. Some sceneries the lighting is so powerful. As you can see from this shot, the internal development here was really nicely done. Everything from the wooden floor tiles to the little details here on the rubbish bin, the emergency exit signs. It just looks really good. And here are the flights and the gates. It's obviously a little bit blurred. It's not as detailed as the rest of it, but that's to be expected. It's perfectly okay. What you can see is the signage here in Norwegian on the various bins, and that's as it should be. And just a quick look up at the other end here as we get closer to the end of the pier. Again, there's an ambience and atmosphere about this that is really nice. There's the lower level. It's just a pity that only the piers seem to have any people. But other than that, internally looks great during the darkness hours. You can see the parallaxing there on the right and the left really works quite well. So we're going back landside now over the security area. Again, the detail is really nice. It's just a total lack of people to complete it. That's my only real gripe, I think. As looking down in that direction, nice to see the bus has got its lights on as well, which is good. Radisson Hotel there, sign is lit up. And looking in the other direction there, you can see the famous little statue that exists at the airport. Again, beautifully subtle lighting. There's the lower level. And in the other direction, again, it's really nice. Would have been nice just to see some people. Although, as I said, I know people are screaming at me now saying, look, this is nothing I'm interested in. I'm a pilot. I want to fly in out of an airport. Not interested. As I said before, I get it. But if you're going to go to this level of detail and utilize all the features of Flight Simulator 2020, you know, it makes sense just to top it off. And people would have been nice. Another example of parallaxing on the hotels there. Really does look good. So let's have a little look at the control tower. So there it is from the outside. And nice from the inside as well. No significant roof lighting, but then they don't need it because at this time of the night they want to be able to see the screens clearly, I guess. So there's practically no internal lighting. I can deal with that. Okay, let's take it down to night time and see how far the lighting comes up. Okay, just after 10 PM local time, as you can see, the sunset is way beyond us and disappeared now. The stand lighting looks really quite good. There's plenty of green centerline lighting that's at the right level of lighting, so you shouldn't have too much of a problem finding your way from the runway after landing to getting to the various stands. Your nose gear light will help, particularly with the ground markings. But yeah, looks all good, looks really good. Once again, there's the road tunnel. It's a real pity that it's not lit up inside, you can't see. That's the real pity. Okay, there we are looking at the road, the railway entrance. The train looks great, the lighting looks good, and they've done a lovely job with the train. But the tracks, there is no lighting at all to show this at all, which is a real pity. And as I said, the train disappears into the blackness. Could have been done so much better. And just another look there at the stand where we're parked. As you can see, more than adequate lighting. The terminal looks great. With the signs, actually the signs, you can see them changing inside through the glass, which is I think is a really nice touch. Quick look from inside the cockpit. This is the view you're going to get when you park up at night time, and I think it looks really effective. It looks great. Got the captain's window and through the first officer's window. Very nice indeed. So there you go, really stunning lighting, just very nicely done. Let's bring the dawn up. Okay, 11 minutes past 6 in the morning. As you can see, the sun is about to rise over the horizon there. The light is beginning to fade around the various parts of the airport, and it looks really good. So 5 minutes later, as you can see, the sun's come up a bit more, and now you've got this beautiful red glow on the airport, and it looks great. Atmospherically, it looks wonderful. Okay, 9 o'clock in the morning, the sun is well up, and it's time to give you my thoughts and conclusions. Okay, yep, another great scenery, I think, from the ORBX stable. The gentleman Finn Hansen created the scenery, has done a wonderful job. Everything is textured, pretty much everything is done. So daytime, dusk time and night time, the airport shows a certain amount of ambience and atmosphere and a kind of coming to life that you'd expect to see. A couple of little showstoppers for me, and I think they probably are showstoppers, because as I've said, when you've gone to this level of detail to produce an airport this good, I'm really surprised that they didn't go the last 10%. The road and the train tunnel could really do with being developed rather than being blocked at both ends. That's a bit unfortunate, especially considering you've animated a train. It doesn't really look too good going into a brick wall. And certainly at night time the train's beautifully lit, but the tracks leading up to the tunnel, there's no lighting at all. Usually there is some kind of lighting, but whatever. And again, they've lit the other end of the tunnel down here where you come out, but again it's brick wall, you can't see down. It would be nice to see at least partially into the tunnel. So that kind of surprises me. And the same is true of the station at the other end. They've got one wonderfully modelled static train sitting there, and the station really nicely done, but no people at all. And the entrances, the train entrances, are also blocked like they are down here. It would have been nice to see that train come all the way into the station. Maybe that's an update they can do for version 1.2, I don't know. I think it would be nice to see that. It would really top the scenery off. Really impressed if they could do that. And the only other major gripe is, like I say, they've chosen to put people in the airside lounges, which is really nice and again beautifully done, but they've also modelled the landside departures and arrivals area to such a high level, and outside on the roads up and on the top as well. But again, no people. A few people would have just really topped it off. So the airport for me is 91% complete. The other 9% is missing, and unfortunately you can see that it's missing. That's my only real criticism. But at the end of the day, it's still a really nice airport. I flew in here the other day actually. It's great, and I can thoroughly recommend it. Is it worth the price? Well, in the UK we're paying just under 20 quid for it, £20. And yes, it certainly is, given the level of detail and the work that's gone into this. In terms of euros, it's just below 22 euros, or just under $24 US. Yeah, I think the price is about right. When you consider some of the prices are going up quite markedly now, as a result of so many issues, I think the pricing level is pretty good. And you can guarantee, I should imagine, at some point very soon there'll be a sale on, and you could grab this at an even cheaper price. But the workload that's gone into it is really impressive everywhere you look, both on and off the airport. And everything is modelled right inside the control tower. The hotels are really nicely done. The parallaxing is of a good quality, and I haven't even looked very closely at the cargo areas and the other airport areas that are there for you to explore as well. But as I said, if I was going to suggest any improvements to Finn and the team, please sort out the train. Let it go animated all the way into the station. Remove the blockages at the tunnel ends, and add some people landside and in the station as well, and you've got a fully vibrant airport, in my opinion. As I said, guys, I bought this. I wasn't given it to review freely. I bought it, so the opinions are mine alone, and they're not influenced by anybody else, as indeed they never are. But yes, I like this airport. I can have no hesitation in recommending it. But as always, I'd like to see the developer have a look at version 1.2 or 1.3 and possibly make the additions I've recommended. No changes, these are additions really. But yeah, another great place to fly into. So there you go, folks. Oslo GARDEMOEN AIRPORT in Norway. Echo November Golf Mike. Payware scenery by Finn Hansen and the team at ORBX. Currently this is version 1.01 for the PC. Downloads at 3.38 gigs, installs at 6.34 gigs, and currently only available from the ORBX website. Price is $35.99 Australian, which is the default base price, which equates to roughly €21.95 or $23.95 US, or around £19.27p UK. Euro and US and UK prices are estimates, all calculated from the Australian dollar, and they do include tax or VAT, which of course may vary depending slightly on the country you're in when you make your purchase. A really nice airport. Very pleased with it. So guys, thanks for joining me in this review. This is Lee, your virtual airline pilot, wrapping this up. Another really nice scenery. Happy to have it, and I can do nothing except recommend it. It's brilliant, it's really good. Thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed the review, and as usual, if you've been on the fence about this, I hope it's helped you. So take care. Be reminded, as I said, from next week I'm going to be offline, and probably until the 1st of May. Normal service will resume on the 1st of May, but I will be offline for that period. So whatever you're doing, happy flying. Go and explore the world. It's out there and it looks so good in this simulator. So bye for now, take care, see you soon.